Come on in. It's Friday. Got Friday on my mind. No, not really. But I was starting to do yesterday a video on wiring and wiring tools, because now it's springtime, everybody's digging the Land Rovers out of sheds and things like this and starting to put radios and lights and everything that's going to burn your wiring harness out. You're going to fit it. So, tools. Now, this is kind of interesting because I scrubbed the original video because I ordered something that might be interesting for you. Now, you can get all sorts of tools for doing wiring. Believe me, I've shed loads of them. This is my first wiring crimp tool here, a Rippolt's one. Very basic, very primitive, and it depends on how strong you are to crimp them. Okay, did the job. There's this type here as well. It's got a little crimp in there. This is good for general wiring because it's got a wiring stripper and snippers and twisty thing there for putting loops in. That's okay for house wiring, but not for what we want. When it comes to electrical connectors for cars, I bought this many years ago for what we call barrel connectors. Now just wait a minute, I'll get one out and I'll show you. So these type here with a little tang on go into this holder, which in turn goes onto this type of Carlin rocker switch. Now you can put the wires directly onto the back of here. Not advisable if you want to take them out. It's far better to get the plug, you know, the socket here that goes into there, and then when you want to take your dash out or anything like that, you've got them there instead of a pile of wires and you've forgotten which way around they go. So this is the other type. It's got no tang on the back and they go on with these little rubber covers. See what I mean? Now the tool to do it with, like I showed you earlier, is this one. You put them in and it crimps around the wire really, really nice and secure. You can solder them on if you wish, but I found out crimping's good, and it's also good. These things are so small. These little tiny things here that go into different types of sockets. It's really handy to have. So that's saved my bacon quite a few times. But many years ago, I purchased this tool down here. This is the Titan, and it's like a universal crimper. This will crimp spark plug wires, insulated disconnects, miniature insulated flag, that's ones at 90 degrees, closed end shrinks, and of course naturally your regular connectors, crimp connectors like these. Okay, so it'll do those, you know the score. So I was pleased with this set. Why? Because like I say, you can take the jaws out and easily swap them, and also, whoops, get it in the right way around. You can purchase different sized jaws for different jobs. Now, I was going to use these types of connectors because I saw these on Amazon. I thought, oh, they're the bee's knees, look. Now, this is kind of for a heavy wire, but these are copper and they've got a little stop in the middle. Now, you could solder them, I suppose, but there is a special crimp which is here. I think it's this one. Yeah, that's the crimp. Now I bought that separately and that was $26. I put the old one in there and kept that one in there so you know I don't get mixed up. But all you need to do is put a single crimp in there and they're good and solid. The nice thing about this is if you want to put a piece of heat shrink across it, it's perfect. It's going to be a really good connection, and you can get them as small as that. Excellent. Comes in a little set from Amazon. excellent piece of kit. So I looked up when I bought this in 2019. This cost me $150 plus tax 5 years ago. And you know, I was just looking up how much I paid for it. I didn't really know, but I thought at the time it was really worth it. Until something popped up in my recommendation thing, and it was this. So I had to buy one. Now I'll put a link below, and I aren't affiliated with any of these products whatsoever. Not at all. I don't get any pennies off them at all. But I saw this and I thought this is a must-have for my viewers, because they'd like this. This is just a little note thing for me to show you what these different jaws do. I'll do a screenshot so you can see it clearly, but this is just my notes. And here we are. It's in a little soft bag. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and provision for a. Wait a minute. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sets of jaws. The tool is identical. Like I say, we've got the Chinese copying copies now. You can adjust the tension on it. Excellent. So, you're trying to sell me something, Mike. How much are you selling me it for? That was $59. Remember, I paid, what, $26 just for the jaws? Ridiculous. This will do everything that you need on a Land Rover. Maybe apart from battery cables, but for general wiring it's going to be brilliant for you, because you can do all these, doesn't matter, like that type. There's, or you can solder them. Oh, don't bother with Scotch locks, they're an absolute pain. I'll just throw them in there because I've got them. Or these, all different types. I like these type of things here when we're working on connections like this. It makes it really tidy, because usually what you do is you bare your wire off and put it in there and screw it down. If you bare your wire off and put one of these on, screw this into here, what a lovely neat job that is. That's what we want to do. I know nobody else will see it, but it makes it nice. You get them in different diameters, different styles, all sorts of things. Eyelets, female shrouded, male shrouded, so those two go together like a joint, so you can easily take them apart. They've been handy. Let's have a look at some other things. What's in here? Oh, this is my old stuff. This is where I keep all my bullet connectors. I keep bullet connectors for the older series trucks and things like that. And I have the correct tool to do those, so that when you want to do a bullet, I'm putting it the right way around, mate. When you want to make a bullet connection, they're really nice and positive. Let me hold on, I'll show you what to do. So we'll have a demo of what this little tool does. It's by, oh, what's it? I think it's Ripples as well. It's hard to say. R-I-P-C-A. Don't know. But you put your tool in, you put your bullet in there, and of course your bullet can't go out the other end. And then when you want to put your wire on, crimp it, and it can only crimp to these little dots here are satisfied, and that's it. That's your crimp connector on a bullet, and believe me, you'll never get that out. You'll never pull it out. And of course, when you want to push them into a connector, both sides, sometimes you find it's a little bit hard on your fingers. So I came up with one of these old sets of pliers for bearing wires off, and welded on the end 2 little bits here, so you can go like that and snug them down. I know there is a tool for it. It's like a spade, but I didn't want to buy one. So let's I tell you. So that's that set. That works out great, and it's good to buy all. Well, it's not good to buy, but it's good to have all these things on hand. Now I know. I think I said it before, but I know these are solid, like a nylon-y plastic type, and you can get insulated, like shrink wrap ones. Okay, you get shrink wrap ones. But let's have a look at this new tool and see what it can do. So we'll cut that end off there because that's no good now. We'll get our wire stripper. These are handy little things, you know. Just do a nice little strip. That's a bit too short. Do it again. Move that out of the way. Get this tool out here. And you see, you put your end on, roll it on like that. Open your tool. Now you can see it's already marked to blue. Put that on. And that is not going to come off. You know, I got a bit cockeyed, but it doesn't really matter. But that is not going to pull out. 59 Canadian dollars is cheap as chips. Now I must admit, I bought this set thinking, well, if it's no good I'll just send it back. But do you know something? I'm going to keep this, and I think when we get to 60,000 subscribers we'll have a quiz, another competition, and I'll send you this one complete with a set of jaws as a prize. I think that's a scorcher. Now, one other thing. Why? Oh yes, now I think one of my subscribers pointed out to me that you can buy these. I never saw these before. They're double-ended open barrel terminals for connecting wires together. So let's do that now, and I'll show you how it works. I'll use this older set here, because sometimes, you know, like these big tools, they're very difficult to get into tight little spaces. But if we were to use this piece of connection here, so let's just clip that off. Wire. I always twist the wires around. Now we can put that like that. Okay. And then, so the insulation is over the highest lugs and the actual wire is between the thinner ones. Now we get these the right way around and we go like that. We nip these in a little bit and go like that. Alright? And then if we want to do this end, we can do the same again. In fact, I'm going to do this end first to stop it dropping out. I might have actually got the wrong connection. There. These are really nice. I like these. And then when you put some heat shrink over it, well, let's get some heat shrink. So if you want to put some heat shrink over that, like that, halfway down. I like a hot air gun rather than an open flame. Where is it now? There. It's a watertight, nice, positive connection. Lovely. Great for doing things outside. So, connections like this are all well and good, like under a dashboard, sort of. But the problem is this. When you want to do a harness, like that goes on the back of this a Toto unit, the wires are very fine, right? The wires are very fine, and the smallest connection is this one here. Well, that rattles around like a pea in a drum. That's no good. But you can use them, and this is where either these, or alternatively, these come in handy, because that's a bit too much wire sticking out the end of those. Now you can buy these individually in different sizes. I just bought a Cadbury's assortment box. So you can put that, if I can see it with my eyes. Let's cut it off a bit better. There we go. You don't want to lose these under your dashboard, it'll be rattling around all over there. Where is it now? Come on. There we go. So now you can put those on and make a nice solid connection. And the thing is, if you were to use these for example, by the time you've got maybe a dozen, 18 pieces of connector, that's going to swell out and it's going to look a right mess. So that's why I recommend those with some heat shrink, and it's going to look nice. It really is. These with heat shrink for joining wires together are superb. Like I say, when you're working outside any exposed wire that's exposed to humidity, damp or anything like that, you've got to put some heat shrink on them to make them nice. Alright? Wow, we got through that one, eh? But like I said, there's all different types of connectors you can get, and if you want to go on to heavy duty stuff, well, I'll do this as well. The battery cables, like this, you need one of these. Cheapest chips off AliExpress or Alibaba, and you can change the sizes of the connector round to whatever you want. Those two don't match, so wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Now, be warned, if you're going to use these, they're all preset for crimping, but I found out that these things are designed for American type wires that don't quite fit in the jaws of here. These are for metric stuff. Trying to find metric connectors here in Canada, well, they're not very good. But, and again, in Canada, they have these little tiny holes, so I buy the tiny ones and I drill them out a little bit bigger. And again, these come in different types of gauge wires and things like this, so you can crimp these, but you can also solder them by putting them in a vise, filling them up with solder, heat your wire up, put it in, and then put some heat shrink around it. What fun for a Friday! I think we've covered just about everything. If you want to know any more, just let me know. But honestly, I was so impressed with that set. I really was impressed with what you got for your money out of this. 59 bucks. I don't think you could buy one of these. Like this was just a little cheapy thing, but it does the job. But yeah, it's all about saving a few pennies. In another video I'll do things about switches and how to do wiring for switches and stuff to make it look neat. But I think this has run on a little bit too long. So have a great weekend and we'll see you later.